Hey everybody, it's Cameron here. I'm in Voyageurs National Park and I'm camped on Rusty Island, which is on the far east end of Namakan Lake, the watershed up here. I just thought I'd make a video this morning for all the novices out there planning on coming to Voyageurs National Park that haven't been here yet, on some of the equipment and some of the food I bring when I come to Voyageurs National Park. Before we get started on the food, I want to talk about some of the equipment. Coolers. Bring the 5-day coolers. They're a little more pricey, but they're worth it. It gets pretty warm out here, up here in the summertime, obviously, and I'll tell you, they give you those little bear-proof boxes to stick your coolers and stuff in. It gets hot in there. So you want to make sure that you bring the 5-day coolers. Those are the best ones. This cooler that you see here isn't a 5-day cooler, and this is what I store my dry goods in. You know, my staples, my spices, my breakfast, dinners, stuff like that. Anything that doesn't need to be refrigerated that I just keep in plastic bags. That's what I use this for. The reason I don't use a duffel bag is my experience has shown me that far too many times I put my food in those bags, squirrels will eat right through those, and you may have a nice duffel bag and all of a sudden it's full of holes. So I keep my dry goods in just cheap, coolers like this. Doesn't need to be a 5-day cooler, just a neat little container that has a nice lid on it. Squirrels and other creatures can't get to it, so that's what I do there. Alright, other equipment. Stoves. My stove of choice out here is the Coleman 442 dual fuel stove. This takes both unleaded gas, regular unleaded gasoline, and white gas. 2 different types of fuel sources you can use for this. And this will heat a quart of water in about 10-11 minutes, depending on conditions. Very nice, very handy. Show it to you a little closer here. It's got the little on-off valve here, and it's just the one burner, and it's got these little fold-out feet. I've had this stove for about 12 years. It's been absolutely great. And this little thing, when you turn it up, it gets pissed. It really, really heats things up fast. So that's my number 1 choice in stoves out here. My number 2 choice is one of these. This is a 10,000 BTU propane stove, and like I said, it uses propane. Just screws on to one of these, bottles here, just like that. This will heat a quart of water in about 20 minutes. Propane doesn't have quite the oomph that regular gasoline does, but it still gets the job done, and it's still nice to have a backup stove in case the original one should fail. So those are my 2 stove choices. Alright, now we'll start with foods. My foods out here are designed to be delicious, first and foremost. I love good food when I come camping on Voyageurs National Park. And secondly, to be quick and easy. So a lot of these are just, add water, and poof, and there you go type of thing, but they're good. So, and then everyone will develop their own ideas on what they like. So we'll start with breakfast out here. My favorite food out here for breakfast is instant oatmeal. And those that have had this stuff know how good it is. It's Quaker instant oatmeal. There's a variety of flavors out there. My favorite happens to be maple and brown sugar. Put some butter in there. Oh my gosh, that's good stuff in the morning. So instant oatmeal, that's a very, very good choice for breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and it should be when you're most tasty. That's the way I look at it. Another breakfast item, raisins. Raisins are good for lunches and snacks and anything like that too, but in the morning they just go good with oatmeal. Either in or just out of the bag like this, but raisins, that's another good breakfast item. Another good item out here, Pop-Tarts. I like raw Pop-Tarts. And I suppose if you wanted to, you could fire up one of these little stoves and just kind of hold it with the tongs over it and toast it that way. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I like them raw. And these are great snacks anytime, anywhere. Just take them out of the package and chow down. Peanut butter. Peanut butter is a great lunch item too. What I'm talking about is just take a scoop with the spoon and eat it right out of the jar. It's a great source of protein and tastes delicious. I love peanut butter. So that's another good item. And I'll show you what you can use this for a little bit later too, a snack. So then I've got pancake mix, complete. In other words, just add water and poof, there you go. You got a pancake. No eggs, nothing like that needed. Obviously need butter in the pan, that sort of thing. But instant pancake mix is a great choice for out here. I keep it in a plastic bag just to make sure that it doesn't, the powder and stuff doesn't get all over the cooler. And then of course you need some good syrup. And then my favorite syrup is Miss Buttersworth, but everyone's got their choice. So, and my last choice for breakfast, which isn't saying anything about it. I love cold cereal, but cold cereal. My favorite cold cereal is Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and this happens to be honey oat cereal. So, but anyway, dry cereal is another good choice. And don't forget the milk. Cold cereal really isn't good without the milk. Okay, now we'll skip to dinners. As far as lunch is concerned, I really don't plan for lunches. I don't know, it's just, eating 3 times a day out here gets to be kind of a pain. And so I have a great breakfast, and then I'll have snacks in the afternoon, and then I'll have a great dinner. So that's the way I do it. But everyone's got their own deal, and whatever works for them is great. See how we're doing on time here. Okay, so for dinners, guys, bring a bag of potatoes. These are awesome out here. They go great with fish dinners. Heck, they go great with anything. And what I'm talking about is just take your potato right out of the bag, leave the peel on it, slice them real thin so they cook faster. Out here you have more limited resources, so you want them to cook faster. Just put some butter in the pan, fry them up. Fried potatoes go great with just about anything out here. So potatoes, great dinner item. Soups. These from Shore Lunch. I find Shore Lunch to be better than Bear Creek myself. That's my preference. But this wild rice soup is awesome. So, soup. Another good one from Shore Lunch is their cheddar potato. So, they're 2 excellent soups. A couple other items for supper. These are made by Cache Lake. And they come out of Bemidji, Minnesota. That's where they're produced. And this one happens to be sweet potato frying pan bread. And this one here is frying pan biscuits and gravy. These are instant, add water, throw in the pan, cook up, and poof, there they are. But they're very tasty. So they're very good. Again, they're Cache Lake brand instant meals. So very good. And they have a wide variety. You can get them at Midwest Mountaineering, I think even REI. Check REI, I'm not sure, but Midwest Mountaineering and a couple other places. Go online. So, Cache Lake. One of my favorite all-time meals out here for supper, macaroni and cheese. It's easy to make, just boil water. You know how to do it. But this stuff is so tasty and so good out here. And if you want to be a little more creative, you just get some of these. This is the Jiffy cornmeal mix. Whip it up. This takes eggs and that stuff. And so it's going to be a little more work. But once you get it all whipped up, you just put it in some aluminum foil and put it near the fire, low, and you'll end up getting like a little pancake. So that works. I like experimenting like that when I come out here. I try different foods and although with this I found that you add more sugar, and I also add vanilla extract, and they taste a lot better. So, but this muffin mix is really good. So, and being a little more creative yet, you know, if you bring beef, which I do, burrito mix is really good. And then you've got to bring the you know, the tortillas for the burritos and stuff. But that's really good. And also manwich sauce. This stuff is really good. You know, just grind up the hamburger, fry it up in a pan, and add this. And you got your buns and get some cheese, and you got, ooh, good stuff. So, let's see. Okay, and of course, don't forget your spices. I got a whole variety of spice in here: salt, pepper. I've got minced onions. I've got Mrs. Dash lemon. I've got garlic powder. All that stuff. Don't forget your spices. It really does make a difference out here. So, and then one last item for supper is, of course, fish. You're out in Voyageurs National Park, and you want to have great fish. So, bass is my favorite fish out here. I don't even try fishing for walleyes because I can never catch the things. So I go for bass. I love bass. There's less bones, and they just taste delicious. Take your bass fillet, put it in the fry pan, leave it real simple. Just put butter in there, salt and pepper, and a little bit of lemon juice, and no breading. And I'm telling you, that is absolutely delicious. So don't forget the fish, right? I mean, you're out here. Got 11:30. Okay. All right. Let's talk snacks. All right. Remember I was telling you about the peanut butter? All right. Try this. Take your peanut butter and take some tortillas. I recommend getting whole wheat tortillas. These are flour tortillas. Whole wheat's better for you, but these are flour tortillas. And the reason I have flour is because I have them for the burritos and a couple other things, and flour just tastes better to me for that purpose. But anyway, take your peanut butter and take your tortilla and take some honey, just some pure honey, and drizzle it on there, or roll it up, and talk about a great delicious snack. Yeah, it's sweet, but it's really good. So that's one snack. All right, other snacks, jerky. Okay, beef jerky is good anytime, anywhere. No cooking required. Obviously, just take it out of the package and chow down. I like these little cheese peanut butter crackers. These little things are really good out here. Very convenient, very tasty. These nutty bars. This is a great alternative to bringing expensive Snicker bars. You know, one Snickers bar is like, what, $1.79 in the store? This package here is $1.79, and there are 12 bars in here, and each one is the same size as a Snickers bar. So you talk about value. I mean, go figure, right? So nutty bars is a great snack item. Just keep them cool and out of the sun, of course, because it's chocolate. You don't want it to melt. Twizzlers. Twizzlers are a nice snack. Doesn't matter if they get warm or whatever. This happens to be cherry. It's my favorite. Just great licorice. Licorice is a good thing out here. And then Tootsie Pops. I like to suck on these when I'm fishing and just whatever. I'm busy doing this and that. It's a nice, great snack item too. So, all right. Last but not least, desserts and drinks. I don't bring a whole lot of desserts. I have a lot of choices, as you just saw, for if I want something dessert. I bring cookies, Jell-O, instant Jell-O pudding. That's a good choice. Keep them refrigerated in their own little cups and stuff. So that's what I do for desserts. For drinks, I've got cappuccino. You know, to add hot water and poof, there it is. Remember I talked about tasty and quick and convenient. Well, this is it in a container. So this is really good stuff. And then I do bring cookies too, by the way, for dessert. So cookies and pudding, only two choices. The other drink item that I like to bring is Swiss Miss hot cocoa. And notice I have the individual packets instead of pouring everything into a Ziploc bag. That's a disaster waiting to happen. If that thing pops, it's all over the place. So bring the packets. So of Swiss Miss or any brand hot cocoa. Packets is always better. So that's it. That's my choices for equipment and foods that I bring out here. I do have other foods, but we obviously don't have enough time. So that should get you started. Thanks for watching, everybody.